Hello everybody, welcome to Angeles City, Philippines.
And the real reason I decided to go to Angeles City is because, like I said, I've spent a year of my life in the Philippines, pretty much all in Cebu and the Bisaya area. But I ended up with some expats that actually live in Angeles and have been trying to get me to come up there for a few years. So I finally made it up there.
My first impressions here are pretty good infrastructure compared to a lot of places I've been in the Philippines. So it's pretty easy to see American influence here.
And what I really liked about Angeles as a first timer there, especially comparing it to Cebu, which is my sample size, is it seemed to have a lot less traffic. And I'd love to hear the expats that have more experience there tell me if that's accurate or not. And also tell me about your experience. Do you like Angeles or not in the comment section? But
we're going around. This place is nice, man. Look at that. Welcome to Angeles City, baby. It's pretty good to integrate into the community here. That's one thing that I think Angeles has pretty good is a nice expat community. A lot of guys probably dislike that, saying that brings a lot of drama to friendships, right? But
I was also really impressed with the SM Clark Mall. I mean, that is maybe the nicest mall I've seen in the Philippines. I've also been to SM Seaside in Cebu City, which is a little bit kind of an inconvenient location, but if I was going to be staying in Angeles long term, I'd probably find myself over at the SM Clark Mall quite a bit, maybe every day. They have a really nice movie theater. I went over there and saw The Conjuring with a date that I had lined up.
But I've been in the Philippines about 7 or 8 times, and it's always been down to Cebu, the Bisaya area. I've been to Leyte, Dumaguete, Negros, Siquijor, but spent most of my time down in Cebu. And I am enjoying Angeles a good bit. So one of the things I've been doing is going to the expat bars in the morning, not at night, to watch NFL football.
And this is a sports bar called Phillies that I found and really enjoyed, and they have a nice amount of sports. And also on the TV here, you can request a certain game if you want to watch it, providing no one else is watching one at that time.
It's really interesting to watch football at 8 a.m. I'm still not used to that. And I went to this shopping mall yesterday, and that is one of the nicest malls I've ever been to, almost anywhere in the world. It's nicer than the malls in Cebu. Kind of reminds me of SM Seaside if you've ever been there, but SM City Clark, amazing. And look, nice infrastructure. You got a nice bike path here that's recently paved. Gorgeous blue sky, white clouds. This has just been an experimental trip. See if I would like it or not.
Let's talk about how I got to Angeles City. And I was actually in Cebu City. I'm in Cebu City right now. And I booked a very convenient flight to Angeles, which ended up costing 10,293 pesos, or it comes out to $180.44. That's a round trip flight, including seat selection and with a checked bag. And also, this is important, I want to point this out. If you're going to check a bag, make sure you buy it. I recommend you buy that online when you're booking your ticket, because I made the mistake recently in the last month of not buying the checked bag when I was online, and I waited until I got to the airport and tried. Sometimes they'll let you slide with it. Most of the time they don't. But it was triple the price if you have to pay for it at the airport when you're checking in. Where to stay? Obviously, that was my first trip. I was very pleased with the Park Tower Hotel there. Next time I'll probably pick a different one just to get a different experience. But if you're like a first timer, you'll probably want to be somewhere near the Walking Street, or I think they call it the Red Street area, where there's a lot going on, nightlife, and expat bars with football and sports and things like that. I kind of enjoyed it, but if I was definitely going to stay there longer than a couple days, I would probably get something closer to the SM Clark Mall. Next time I go to Angeles, I'll probably end up staying a couple weeks or maybe up to a month, and I'm not going to stay in the near the Walking Street. Of course, if you guys got any experience with that, drop a comment in the comment section. As far as food, I actually really like the food at the Phillies, but another place I want to mention was Whisk and Whimsy. Actually, they kind of told me don't don't advertise it too much because the food there is so good. And it's actually a pretty small little coffee shop, but they have great food, incredible food. And I went up to the Phillies bar quite a few times, and you'll see all kinds of things up there. I ran into one guy that had a black eye. Guys getting drunk at 8 a.m. in the morning because there's sports on. I saw one guy get tossed out of the bar for, I guess, loud drunk behavior. He wasn't violent or anything, but he was just being pretty obnoxious and he got kicked out of there. Seems you probably see that kind of stuff on a daily basis if you're hanging around down there near the walking street. So one thing I like to recommend to other expats is, get involved in some other things outside of, just the bar hangout. I mean, if you start socializing in things like maybe pickleball or tennis or golf, you might be able to make more quality friendships. Because as they say, if you hang out in a barber shop all day, you're going to get a haircut. So if all you do is just hang around those expat bars and make friends that way, you're going to run into kind of a quite unique crowd, I'll just call it that. And overall, I'd say I really enjoyed my time there in Angeles, and I've been to Cebu so many times that I think I'm going to start going and exploring some other places in the Philippines. And Angeles is a place I'm definitely going to be back to. I guarantee it. I do need to get over to Manila, explore the BGC, Makati, maybe get up to Baguio. I always want to go to Iloilo. And that's really the true beauty of the Philippines. It has a lot going for it, and one of it is that there's over 7,000 islands. So, for the rest of your life, every single day, you could go to a different island and really not run out of places to see in the Philippines. Plus, they love Westerners. It's a welcoming culture. I don't like the food that much, but the visa situation is a lot better than you would find in Thailand. And there's a very minimal language barrier. Most people speak English fluently. So the Philippines has a lot to offer. If you guys haven't been there, you definitely should get out to the Philippines and consider stopping by Angeles.
Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Ciao.